I'm here today with Sam Surillo, an expert in mentoring programs and mentoring effectiveness. And she is one of the experts that is quoted in our new book, Fearless Female Leaders. Welcome, Sam. How you doing?
Hi, Kathy. So nice to be here. Thank you so much for scheduling this. This is wonderful.
What has been your experience in your research on what makes a strong and effective mentoring relationship?
So, when I reviewed the literature around this, I found there were a couple of things that really stood out about strong mentoring relationships. One, it's really important for mentors and mentees to meet each other in advance and do some type of chemistry check to see, kick the tires a little bit, see if the personalities fit well. And that doesn't necessarily mean personalities have to be similar in any way. It's more of, do they complement each other? Do they get along well? Are they able to establish trust early on in the relationship and be authentic and genuine in their communication style with one another? So that's one key area that's really important to foster successful mentoring relationships. Another one is that the mentor has the mindset of altruistically helping others. So they're not just doing it for benefits for themselves or for any other reason other than they just genuinely want to help another person in their personal or professional development. And then when you're looking at the mentee side, the mentee has a strong willingness to change and to grow. So they're coming to the relationship knowing that they have their own role to play and they have to take accountability for their growth and not necessarily put all the pressure on the mentor to tell them what to do with their lives, but they're coming with specific challenges in mind and they're prepared to have productive meetings with their mentor. So I would say those are three key areas that really can foster a successful mentoring relationship. But there are a lot more. And as you mentioned, in my white paper, I cover this in a lot more detail.
Excellent. One area that really intrigued me in your white paper was a reference to the term leader identity. And then
Hmm.
you also mentioned leader efficacy. Could you explain those to our listeners?
Absolutely. So, with leader identity, this is whether and how one thinks of themselves as a leader. So, oftentimes, somebody might have just been placed in a leadership role and maybe they haven't established that leader identity yet. And where mentoring comes in handy here is it gives them an opportunity to practice those leadership skills and to really develop that leader identity. So, when you're new to a leadership role, it's great to find opportunities in safe environments to practice that leader identity so that you can start to create that identity to really embrace, what is my type of leadership role? How do I approach leadership with others? And then when it comes to leader self-efficacy, mentoring can really help with that. And what that is confidence in your ability to perform as a leader and also engage in leadership behaviors. So the mentoring opportunities really give you practice to develop those leadership skills and help you in turn develop the confidence in performing as a leader. And then with that mentoring opportunity, individuals can also engage in those leadership behaviors. So that could be role modeling or providing strategic advice and guidance, or any other characteristic that you might affiliate with a leader. Those are opportunities for individuals to develop stronger leadership self-efficacy.
That's terrific. I have been surprised in my work at the Fearless Leader Program how often candidates, mostly women, even if they are in an official leadership role with an official leadership title, they don't see themselves as leaders or they don't feel confident and worthy as leaders. So it kind of comes back to leader identity, not only to how do others see you, but how do you see yourself in terms of leadership?
Yeah, absolutely. And that is just such an unfortunate reality that women experience that so much more than men do. And it's all the more reason for women to get involved in mentorship programs as both a mentor and mentee. And that's a role that, if you're involved in a mentoring program, you can play both roles. You can get mentoring by somebody while you're also mentoring others.
That is an excellent point because I think some people feel, well, I'm the senior person in the relationship. I have all this experience. So they just assume that they're the mentor and they're not realizing, and I'm going to put myself in this position too. I might have a lot of colleagues and networking contacts and trusted friends, but for a long time I didn't see the need for me to be mentored. I was willing to mentor others, but I wasn't looking after my own mentoring needs. So what would you advise for people who are maybe more likely to be mentors about looking at what their own needs are for mentorship, receiving mentoring?
Yeah, that's a great question. And something I cover a little bit in the white paper too around something called reverse mentorship. So typically, when people talk about mentorship, you think about a more seasoned professional helping somebody who's early on in their career. And with reverse mentorship, that could be more of like a peer relationship mentorship. So you're meeting with somebody that maybe is at a similar level, and you're sharing experiences, and it's more about storytelling and learned lessons from your experiences so that you can get a wider perspective of how people navigate different situations or similar situations you've experienced in the past, but maybe in a different way. So that's one reverse mentorship example. And then there's also the early career professional that might be mentoring a more seasoned professional. And why this is valuable is because with different generations, you have different experiences. So a more seasoned professional can be exposed to those different trends coming up, different perspectives that younger generations are being taught, different knowledge and research that's coming out. So that's a really great opportunity. So when you ask what advice I would give to somebody that is looking to potentially get mentored, who's a seasoned professional, is just be a little bit open-minded. Know that each individual human being has a unique experience and skill set, and we can learn something from everyone that we come into contact with in the world. And be open to be surprised by others because you never know what you're going to learn from somebody. And we always have opportunities to grow.
I guess that is what I have gained from you, Sam,
Thank you.
both by reading your white paper and also networking with you about how much I've learned and been intrigued with your work. And it has shifted my thinking, not only about how I can mentor others, but again, my own needs for mentorship and guidance, even at, a seasoned level of experience. Get your copy today and join us in this empowering movement to redefine leadership and unlock the limitless potential in all of us.